The Buffalo Bills have won 97 games, built a championship-caliber roster, and watched Josh Allen become one of the NFL's most dominant quarterbacks. Yet they are still chasing the one thing that defines greatness, a Super Bowl. Now, after moving on from Sean McDermott and entering a brand new era under Joe Brady, the pressure in Buffalo has reached a breaking point. Because for the Bills, winning is no longer the expectation. Winning it all is the only acceptable outcome.
How much pressure do you think is on this Bills team as they begin their new era that Adam's talking about?
You can't even think about or can't even fathom how much pressure on them. Let's not forget, listen, Sean McDermott was a very good head coach. This was a very good football team for a long, long time. They fired him and said, that's not good enough. So the ownership is telling you right now, what we did in the past is not good enough. 12-5 and not getting to the Super Bowl is not good enough. So I don't know if there is a head coach in an organization under as much pressure for the right reasons than Joe Brady and the Buffalo Bills, because we all know good is not good enough. He's got to be great. He's got to get this team to a Super Bowl. And fortunately, I think the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens are in the same situation. It doesn't matter what they do in the regular season. They can go 17-0. Nobody cares. What are you going to do once the playoffs starts? Can your best players, can Josh Allen, can these guys make those plays? Can Joe Brady get this team over the hump? Because we saw what Sean McDermott did. Now, Joe Brady, it's your turn, and greatness is expected.
Well, we've got new culture, new ideas, new atmosphere, new everything in Buffalo, including that new stadium. And again, when you look at teams through the years that open new stadiums, the history of teams that open new stadiums that go on to win Super Bowls, it's not very often that it happens. The last time it happened was in 1971 when the Dallas Cowboys opened Texas Stadium and won the Super Bowl. So the odds are against Buffalo, but the clock is running. There's enough talent, and they've made enough changes here to create a new culture to try to give this organization, this city, a spark so that Buffalo finally can get over the hump and win a Super Bowl. And if we saw the Knicks win a Super Bowl or NBA championship after 53 years, there's no reason Buffalo couldn't do it in the NFL.
I mean, Adam, I don't know. It feels like the Knicks won a Super Bowl too, right? But since drafting Josh Allen in 2018, the Bills have 97 wins, including playoffs. That's the most wins in any 8-season span without a Super Bowl appearance in NFL history. Feels like the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes were standing in the way for a while. As we know, the Bills ready to grab that bull by the horns.
Josh Allen, I know you got a chance to kind of look around a little bit. What do you think of the new digs?
It's awesome. The locker rooms are great. The stadium's fantastic. The field is grass. We love grass fields. And we love small wins. You know, they lessen the wind in there, and hopefully we get to feel that when we're on the field here soon.
I always think about this, and particularly a place that's kind of as, frankly, grimy as your prior stadium. It kind of fit with the general chaos of the tailgates and everything else. When you're moving into this new billion-dollar stadium, can fans still go through tables? Do we have to class it up a little bit? What are your thoughts on how this changes the dynamics of the organization?
Let's hope not. We still want the same enthusiasm. We still want the fan base to be, as rabid as they are in the stadium and as loud as they can be when we're on defense. Obviously, we want them to be quiet when we're on offense, but no, we want them to have that same type of energy and that same type of buzz. And, this is a spot for new beginnings and new memories to be made with, your loved ones and family members and us as teammates. So we're very much looking forward to having the opportunity to play in there and just looking forward to making the memories. You also have new teammates. You got a new coaching staff there. Just wrapping up mini camp. Tell me about, from your feel so far, what are the 2026 Bills going to be all about? A lot of new. We're gonna figure things out, and obviously we go to camp July 28th. That's where you make your team. But like you said, a lot of new faces, offense, defense, staff wise, new stadium, new head coach. So there is a lot of news, and we're looking forward to getting out there and really learning each other and building that team camaraderie when we go to St. John Fisher's in Rochester. But yeah, it's another tough task. But the goal remains the same, and that's to bring a Lombardi Trophy to Western New York, and we're going to do everything in our power to make that happen. Everybody's generally optimistic, in a good mood, right? April, May, June. You're not competing 100% all the time and whatnot. Nobody's played a game yet. But from what you've seen with Joe Brady, the head coach, you knew him as the OC. What's the difference to Joe Brady, head coach? he cares what the defense is doing more. He's cheering now when they pick the ball off in practice. So, you kind of have to wear both hats when you're the head coach, and he's doing such an amazing job. And he cares so much about the players. The players can feel his realness, and he's as excited as anybody else in the building. He's ready to be in that new stadium and get things rocking.
A lot of excitement, obviously, with DJ Moore coming in, too, to add to that wide receiver group. Everybody's expecting, obviously, production from DJ. But, again, early here. But how do you anticipate that impacts everything else in terms of your options across the field?
Yeah, I think what DJ's going to bring to us is obviously veteran leadership. He's been in the league as long as I've been in the league, and he's produced at such a high level for the last 8 years. And just really getting to know him, and we're locker mates, and to have that relationship that we already have, it's a pretty seamless fit. I'm just excited to continue to get to work with him, and he's going to be a huge help for us this next season. And
talk about how long you've been in the league. That's now entering year 9. You just turned
Crazy.
30 years old. That's a wild number, because I can remember yesterday you coming out in the draft here. What do you work on at this stage? What is Josh Allen trying to get better at?
Still mechanics. I think off the field, trying to be better in my routine, trying to sleep better. I'm here with Natrol and trying to get the best sleep that I can get. But at the end of the day, just again, finding little nuances, better with my eyes, better with my feet, putting the ball in better spots for our team, and ultimately when we get to the playoffs, trying to find a way to get the job done. We haven't done it, and we're going to keep turning over every stone and every leaf till we do.
You talk about sleeping.
97 wins, one elite quarterback, years of dominance, but still no Super Bowl. The Buffalo Bills have reached the point where success is no longer enough. Since drafting Josh Allen in 2018, Buffalo has become one of the NFL's most consistent teams, winning 97 games, including playoffs, the most wins in an 8-year span in NFL history without a Super Bowl appearance. That statistic tells the entire story. The Bills are not rebuilding. They are not searching for talent. They already have the quarterback. They already have the roster. But the one thing missing is the only thing that defines greatness: a championship. And that is why the pressure in Buffalo has reached a breaking point. The decision to move on from Sean McDermott sent a powerful message. That decision was shaped by a thorough evaluation. 12 wins, playoff appearances, regular season success. None of it matters without a Lombardi trophy. Now Joe Brady takes over a team where the expectation is simple, clear phrasing. Not improvement, not progress, winning it all. But replacing a successful coach creates a bigger question. Can a new leader finally take Buffalo where the previous era could not? Joe Brady is entering one of the highest pressure situations in the NFL. Because Buffalo has already proven it can win. The challenge is winning when everything is on the line. The playoffs, the pressure, the final possession. Teams like Buffalo and Baltimore understand this reality. They can go 17-0, dominate the regular season, and still be judged by one question. What happens in January? Can Josh Allen make the game-changing play? Can Joe Brady make the right decision? Can this team finally overcome the teams that have stopped them before? Because now the standard has changed. Good is not good enough anymore. Greatness is expected. And while the pressure grows on the field, Buffalo is also entering a completely new era away from it, with a new stadium representing a new beginning. The Bills are opening more than a stadium. They are opening a new chapter. The billion-dollar Highmark Stadium represents hope, change, and the belief that Buffalo can finally reach the top. Josh Allen has already praised the new home, the grass field, improved facilities, and the atmosphere designed for championship football. But history is not on Buffalo's side. The last team to open a new stadium and win a Super Bowl in that era was the 1971 Dallas Cowboys. The odds are against them. But maybe that is exactly what makes this moment different. Because Buffalo does not need another promising season. They need a historic one. And that mission starts with the man who has carried this franchise for nearly a decade, Josh Allen. Josh Allen is entering year 9 in the NFL and recently turned 30 years old. The physical talent is already legendary. But now the focus is evolution. Better mechanics, better decisions, better preparation. Because Allen understands the truth. A quarterback's legacy is not built in October. It is built in January. Buffalo has added more help around him, including veteran receiver DJ Moore, bringing experience and another weapon to an offense built around Allen. But the biggest challenge remains the same. Finish. For years, the Bills have been close. Now, close is no longer acceptable. The Buffalo Bills have reached the final stage of their journey. The talent is there. The quarterback is there. The opportunity is there. Now comes the hardest part. Winning when failure is not an option. Because in Buffalo, the goal is no longer making history. It is rewriting it. The Bills are not chasing respect anymore. They are chasing immortality. And the Super Bowl clock is officially ticking.
Yo, mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.